So, you've been self-employed for 2 years, but the income collected has been less than 2 years. Let's talk about that. One of the many things I love about working at Castle Cooke Mortgage is the team atmosphere. We have a unique relationship and the support of our underwriting team that help to overcome obstacles that arise during a transaction. I just love that we have credit conundrums that we share company-wide to help other loan officers overcome issues that we face in the field. As a loan originator, all loans are not created equal. I personally look at putting together a mortgage transaction as a jigsaw puzzle. Some are 500-piece puzzles, others are like 2,500-piece puzzles, and some it's like a 2,500-piece puzzle and when you don't have the box in front of you to figure it out. But it's okay. We overcome those obstacles because we work together and we talk about these issues and we see how we can overcome the obstacles that we do face to be able to put that puzzle together. Today, we are going to address one of those issues where we took a conundrum and turned it into a success story. Let us connect with Paris to see how we turned a seemingly no into a yes because of the power of teamwork between our loan officer and underwriting. Welcome, everybody. We're here talking with Paris Bullard with Castle Cooke Mortgage. Paris, you want to go ahead and share a little bit about yourself and what you do here at
Yes.
Castle Cooke Mortgage?
Thank you, Susie. Thanks for having me. I am the Senior Vice President over Credit Risk at Castle Cooke Mortgage. I've been in the industry for over 20 years, since 2020, so probably closer to 25 years now. But anyway, it's been a while and just grew up in processing and then underwriting, and now I'm leading the credit risk, which encompasses underwriting and policy guidelines, things like that.
Here at Castle Cooke Mortgage, we have credit conundrums. Do you want to share a little bit about how that came about?
Yeah, we had an interesting scenario that came up a while back. We had a borrower that he was self-employed. He
Okay.
had just started self-employment 2 years ago. We're in the middle of the year, so it was the middle of 2023. Right?
Okay.
And typically we do a 24-month average of tax returns to calculate self-employment income.
Okay.
So if we had taken 24 months over the half of 2023 and all of 2024 divided by 24 months, that would have given him just a little bit too less of an income amount than he needed to qualify. So the originator was really hoping to be able to use a 17-month average because he started in the middle of 23. So just use the 5 months of 2023 income and then 12 months of 24 and divide that by 17 months would have given him a little bit more income. So it would have been, that's what he needed, was that 17-month average. So the problem comes when we're doing a self-employment verification, and when they change from being salaried to self-employment, you have to be making more money now in self-employment. You have to have increased your income. And I think there was an issue with that because we didn't have a full 24 months. So we looked at that and we kind of dug in. We were like, well, technically, he does have a 24-month history, right? Because it's August now of 2025. We just don't have 24 months on tax returns. So we called Fannie Mae, we kind of dug in a little bit.
Yes.
And so in calling Fannie Mae, they were like, yeah, that would totally work. You've got your 24-month history of self-employment, and then you can use your 17-month average for your income calculation. And we made it work. We had to just do that little bit of digging in to just make sure that we could not necessarily finagle the guidelines, but just make sure that we met it and it wasn't so cut and dry. But we really try to do that a lot here. And this conundrum was solved because we were able to give the borrower that higher income amount, and his DTI worked, and we're ready to go.
That is absolutely amazing. And that's what we were just sharing with everyone, is that that's one of the wonderful things here at Castle Cooke Mortgage, is that we do dig a little deeper and we just don't look at things at the surface level. And the relationship with being able to communicate with the underwriting team as an originator to be able to walk through these obstacles, or even to ask questions to say, hey, could this be a possibility? Could we look at this instead of just what it appears just in front of you?
Right.
And so
100%.
it just makes
I
such a huge difference.
It does. And I was just going to say, like, sometimes it doesn't always work out, but the bottom line is we're on the same team. We want it to work out, right? And so,
Absolutely.
it's what's best for the borrower. So let's dig in. It takes another phone call, maybe some reading extra, something like that. But just getting on the same page and making things work is where it's at for sure.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Paris, for joining us today and just giving this one example of how we made a difference in someone else's life for them to be able to overcome an obstacle and purchase a home. It's a game changer. And as an originator, it's something that I value greatly. And I know that it's not out there in every mortgage company. And just to have this kind of relationship and camaraderie that we do here at Castle, it's a game changer. And I love that. I look forward to sharing more credit conundrums with you as we move further down on the podcast, and just be able to educate people and give them news. Something's going to click with someone that someone needed to overcome that obstacle. So thank you for your time, and just thank you for your willingness just to create this kind of environment for us as originators, and also for our clients, because it does pour through to them too.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well,
Pleasure.
as you can see, this is just one of the many issues that can be overcome when you communicate, ask the right questions, and dig a little deeper than just glancing at what's on the surface. That's one of the many things I love about working here at Castle Cooke Mortgage. It's a place where I know I can keep asking questions, dig that little deeper, and collaborate with others to see if there is something more that we can do than just simply say no because we're not willing to work a little harder. When we look at scripture, I'm reminded of Paul in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 7 through 10. It talks about Paul having a thorn in his side, and he was asking the Lord to remove that. And the Lord told him, "My grace is sufficient for you, for power is perfected in weakness." And that caused Paul to feel such peace, to know that in his weaknesses, he knows that his strength comes from the Lord. That applies to you here as well. Find courage and strength in that. As I always say, teamwork makes the dream work. Can't get any better than that. Be sure to like and subscribe, and join us next week as we bring you more insightful information on how to make your home buying process into a reality. Thank you for joining me today on this episode of Brick by Brick, Building Home Ownership with Suzi Beaver. Until next time, see you again soon.